Most service members don't mess up their careers because they're irresponsible. They don't struggle later because they're lazy. They don't fall behind because they lack talent. They struggle because no one ever told them what actually mattered early. If you're young in the military or if you mentor someone who is, this video may save them years of regret. This is the Adjutant. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Here's the first thing I tell every young service member. You didn't just sign up for a job, you signed up for a system. The system that pays you regularly, the system that promotes predictably, the system that offers health care, housing, education, and retirement. Most people in civilian world don't get systems like this. They get volatility. The military gives you structure, and structure, folks, is power. If you understand it early, is the key. If you treat this like just a paycheck, you'll miss the real value. You treat it like a platform, everything changes. Now, this might be the most important advice in this video. The most valuable asset in the military is time. It's not rank, it's not pay, it's not duty location, time. Time compounds, promotion, retirement, TSP growth, skill development, career paths. The military rewards people who stay long enough, but only if they use the time wisely. You don't need to be perfect early, you just need to start early. Young service members often underestimate what they've been given. You have predictable income, you have health care, you have housing support, you have job security. That combination is rare, particularly in today's society. Most people your age are juggling inconsistent work, medical bills, rent stress, career uncertainty. Stability isn't boring. Stability is freedom in disguise. It gives you the ability to plan when others just can't do it, to invest when others are just surviving, to say no when other folks have to say yes. Use that advantage. Now, here's something most people don't like hearing, but it's true. Comfort is dangerous early in your career, folks. That doesn't mean you have to suffer unnecessarily. It doesn't mean trade your future for convenience. The goal early on is not the nicest car, the biggest apartment, the easiest assignment. The goal is skills, credentials, reputation, margin. Comfort now can cost you options later. Hit the ground running, folks. Discipline early creates flexibility later. Small decisions compound quietly. You got to understand that. Here's how most military careers actually go off track. Not with one big mistake, but with these small delays. I'll start it next year. I'll figure it out later. I'll get serious when I'm promoted. Those decisions feel harmless in the moment, but the military is a compounding system. Every delay echoes forward. Promotion timing matters. Retirement calculation matters. Benefit windows matter. Your future self is paying attention, even if you're not. Now, another piece of advice I'd give early. Before you complain about the military, understand, people are always complaining about the military. But you need to learn how promotions actually work, how pay is really broken down. I have tons of videos on my channel. Check out my channel about pay and benefits, how retirement is calculated. I have videos about that. How benefits stack, videos about that. Check out my channel. The system rewards people who understand rules. It punishes people, however, who ignore them. You don't need to like every rule, but you do need to know them. Information gives you leverage. Now what we're going to do is let's talk about money briefly, but we're going to talk about it honestly. Debt feels normal in the military. It feels too normal. Cars, credit cards, lifestyle upgrades. Just because something is common doesn't mean it's harmless. Debt limits options. Debt increases pressure. Debt removes flexibility. You don't need to live like a monk, but you do need to live intentionally. Your future freedom is built on today's habits. Now, you also need to understand that the military trains you to think short term. This assignment, this contract, this PCS. But the people who win long term think differently. They ask, well, what does this unlock later? This promotion or this move? What doors does this keep open? Who am I becoming over time? Careers aren't built in 2-year chunks. They're built on directional choices. Aim carefully yourself and the choices that you make. I want to say something. Your reputation starts day one. This is simple but powerful. Your reputation starts immediately. Not when you make rank, not when you deploy, not when you become senior. How you show up matters. Reliability, your attitude, your effort, accountability. You don't have to be loud, folks. You don't need to be flashy. You just need to be consistent. Consistency is rare. That's why it's valuable. Nobody plans to struggle after service, but here's the hard truth. No one plans to struggle after service, yet many do. Not because they weren't smart, but because they never zoomed out and truly understand everything early enough. They assume time would fix everything. Time doesn't fix unexamined choices. Planning early doesn't lock you in. It does, however, give you options. Now, success is options, not just rank. Let's go ahead and redefine what success is. Success is not just rank. It's not just about money. It's not just about longevity. Success is options. Options to stay or leave. Options to pivot or commit. Options to say yes or no without panic. The military can give you that if you respect the timeline. Now, you don't need perfection. You need direction. Now, here's something I want you to hear clearly. I'm going to slow down, folks. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need awareness, direction, intentionality. Progress beats perfection. Early beats late. Understanding beats guessing. Start where you are, but start on purpose. If you're early in your career, you are not behind. You are early. That's powerful. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Information only matters if you understand it, and understanding gives you options. Whether we're talking about military pay, benefits, career decisions, or life after the uniform, the goal here is always the same. Position yourself so future you doesn't have to recover later. Now, if this video helped you, share it with a young service member who needs to hear it now. This is the Adjutant. Stay ready. Shalom.